The anaconda's coils tightened around the jaguar's chest. Ribs cracked. The big cat's fangs pierced scaled flesh, but the snake didn't release. They rolled into the river, a thrashing ball of muscle and fury. Water turned red. Neither could breathe. Neither would surrender. In the Amazon, death doesn't always roar. Sometimes it squeezes silently. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, where sunlight barely penetrates the canopy, the Rio Negro runs dark as ink. Massive trees rise like ancient pillars, their roots strangling the earth. Howler monkeys scream warnings from above. Piranhas patrol the shallows. This is a green hell where everything wants to kill you. Slowly, painfully, efficiently. The riverbank is neutral ground where predators cross paths. Jaguars come to drink. Anacondas come to hunt. When apex predators meet, the jungle holds its breath. He was a male jaguar in his prime, 250 pounds of pure muscle and arrogance. His spotted coat was a masterpiece of camouflage, gold and black rosettes that melted into shadow. Unlike other big cats, he loved water. He was born in these flooded forests, raised on caiman meat and river turtle eggs. His jaws were legendary, the strongest bite force of any cat, capable of crushing skulls and cracking turtle shells. He didn't strangle his prey like lions or leopards. He killed with precision, punching his fangs directly through the skull into the brain. One bite, instant death, clean. He was feared by everything in the jungle. Caimans fled when his shadow crossed the water. Capybaras froze at his scent. Even anacondas usually avoided him. Usually. But lately, hunger had made him bold. The dry season had pushed prey deeper into the forest. He'd been eating poorly. Small agoutis, the occasional monkey. Not enough for a cat his size. Today, he'd spotted movement near the riverbank. Something large, something that could feed him for a week. His predator brain overrode his survival instincts. Big mistake. She was a green anaconda, nearly 20 feet long and over 200 pounds. The largest snake in the world by weight. She was a living nightmare of muscle and patience. She'd been coiled in the shallows for 3 hours, invisible beneath the murky water, waiting for something to drink. Deer, tapir, jaguar, she didn't care. Anything that came close enough would become her next meal. When the spotted cat approached, arrogant and distracted, she saw opportunity. Jaguars killed anacondas sometimes, yes, but this one hadn't seen her. Advantage, snake. The jaguar lowered his head to drink. The anaconda exploded from the water like a missile. Her jaws latched onto his front leg. He roared, twisting violently, but she was already wrapping. 1 coil around his chest. 2, 3. His claws raked her body, tearing scales, drawing blood. But snakeskin is thick, designed for this. She squeezed harder. The jaguar's roar became a wheeze. Panic overrode training. He thrashed wildly, pulling them both into deeper water. Bad move. The anaconda was built for water. The jaguar's advantage, his killing bite, required leverage he no longer had. The anaconda's coils tightened around the jaguar's chest. Ribs cracked audibly. The cat's yellow eyes bulged. But jaguars don't quit. Through sheer rage and desperation, he twisted his head at an impossible angle. The big cat's fangs pierced scaled flesh near her spine. Blood clouded the water. The anaconda hissed in pain, but didn't release. She couldn't. Her strategy was commitment. Once she wrapped, she finished. Releasing meant death. So she squeezed harder, ignoring the agony in her back. They sank deeper. The jaguar's lungs screamed for air. His vision blurred. His powerful legs, useless in the water, kicked weakly. The snake's face was inches from his. her black eyes cold and reptilian. No hate, no anger, just predatory calculation. The jaguar managed one final bite, his fangs sinking into the anaconda's skull. Not deep enough to kill, but enough to crack bone. The snake shuddered. Her coils loosened slightly, just a fraction. It was enough. The jaguar wrenched free, lungs burning, and kicked toward the surface. He broke through, gasping, coughing water. His ribs felt like broken glass. Blood poured from a dozen wounds. Behind him, the anaconda surfaced slowly. Her head was bleeding badly. The skull bite had damaged something critical. She could barely see. Her coils moved sluggishly, uncoordinated. They stared at each other across 10 feet of blood-stained water. Both dying. Both too stubborn to admit it. The jaguar dragged himself onto the muddy bank, ribs grinding with each breath. The anaconda tried to follow, but her body wouldn't obey. The skull injury had paralyzed something. The jaguar watched as the current slowly pulled her downstream, coils twitching weakly. She'd drown or starve, probably both. He tried to stand. His legs buckled, internal bleeding, punctured lung, maybe both. He collapsed in the mud, chest heaving irregularly. Overhead, vultures began circling. By dawn, the riverbank was empty except for drag marks and blood. The jungle had claimed them both. No victor, no glory. Just two apex predators who pushed too far, wanted too much, and paid the ultimate price. In the Amazon, arrogance is a death sentence. Nature doesn't care about your reputation, only your mistakes.